My name's Carlos Salif, and this is my story. I'm an artist and a designer, and right now I'm working at Mazda Design as an automotive designer. I'm designing our future lineup. This lovely blue machine you are now looking at is the kind of product that we do here at Mazda. Actually, this was developed before my time, but this is the RX-8, which came out recently, in stores now. And this car was actually in the X-Men movie. You'll recognize that when you go out and purchase the movie on DVD. I grew up in Rochester, New York. My biggest concern was just going out to skate with my friends. My parents weren't really, they weren't religious people. My only experience of Christianity was like TBN. I just had this idea that it was this philosophy of do's and don'ts just to kind of keep man from killing other men and keep things in order. But when I got to college, I really started to think about, okay, what now? What really means something? Because I'm a product of the Star Wars generation, I had this sort of George Lucas spirituality. The Force is around everything, it surrounds everything. So not this personal God you could actually talk to. In Eastern religion seemed the closest thing to that. It just wasn't deep enough. It just wasn't answering my real questions about purpose and where am I going in this life. In 1998, I came out to Los Angeles to go to the Art Center in Pasadena. That's where I met my wife, Jennifer, and she was really the first Christian that I got to know. And she was going to a Mosaic Life group, and she invited me to it. I just expected these people trying to like ram their beliefs down my throat, like out of pride, like it was like they had to be right kind of thing. Instead, I just found a group of people who made me feel really at home. I kind of just watched how they lived. It wasn't them pushing their way on me. That whole scene really disturbed me because I had all these preconceived notions of Christians, and they weren't any of those things. Jen invited me on this trip to Ensenada, Mexico. It sounded like a pretty good chance to be a good person and do something good. We were going to clean things up, pick up trash, pull weeds, that type of thing. The one thing that started to disturb me was I knew I was doing something good, but I knew that because they don't have a trash infrastructure, I knew that trash was just going to end up there on the street the next day and probably sit there another year until someone else came back. But I realized everybody else that I was with, they had the sense of satisfaction, like they were doing something eternal there. I was really trying to find something, Christianese or something that I could just point at and say, see, that's why I'm not a Christian, but I couldn't find anything. And I remember on the way back from Ensenada, in the van, people were praying for the people of Ensenada. And that's where I realized, okay, this is how we're different. So when I got back from Ensenada, no more messing around. I felt this tremendous sense of unrest, like I had to make a decision. I just broke down and I told Jen, like, what's going to happen if I die? And she's like, what are you talking about? Why are you worrying about this right now? But I was genuinely concerned that if I went out and got hit by a milk truck, what was going to happen to me after that? What is it exactly that I'm resisting so hard? Why am I fighting so hard against this? Everything that I experienced seemed like what I was after, and it was so peaceful, and I wanted to let it in, but my pride or something was just holding it up. And I just let go, and that's when I realized that Christ had been waiting my whole life just to have me let him in. If I was talking to me before I had a relationship with Christ, I would try as passionately as possible to explain to me that all the deepest longings I have and the greatest dreams I have, Christ, he wants to take me there. I think there's a definite correlation between my spirituality and art. He moves fast and I'm moving fast as I follow him, traveling towards a place that's infinitely beautiful, and on the way I catch glimpses of that beauty, and that just keeps me moving. I don't want to lose momentum. The same thing in my designs. I just want to create a sense of hope and passion and speed and discovery, voyage, journey, and entertainment too. And all those things are just things that our soul longs for.